Okay, thanks for tuning in. This episode, we're going to be tearing up the floor in the old kitchen, the back kitchen, we call it. It's a Temet floor. And there's a lot of controversy about keeping Temet, but we are putting in a heated floor, so the Temet needs to come up. I keep all the good ones that I can to repurpose or reuse them elsewhere. I like that one. Let's use that. I'm going to use that in my next video. Give a listen. Thank you. Popping up the Temets first. They come up pretty easy. I just have a digger bar and just kind of get on an angle, get underneath them. And yeah, just kind of prime up. They literally just pop up. It's not much to them. So that's kind of, it's best to do it that way in stages. So I'm doing this with one hand. So you just kind of, and they pop up. So now I'll move all these out. I'll keep the good ones, stacking the good ones up, making a pile out back. Those that break, throwing them in the rubble pond. And then what they did, they set those in a, I've come to find out, or read or heard or whatever, that it's a lime base. You can see it's kind of hard, right? You can see the old pattern. It's not really like a thin set. It's basically packed dirt. And then they'll take lime and mix it in with a little bit of sand and dirt. And just, it's like I think it's set like a dry pack. And I just come along and try to do this with one hand. This bar is kind of heavy. Anyway, it just pops up. And then I'll scoop all that up with a shovel. Haul that, dump it in the pond. And then after that, it's just, we hope that it's, you see, this is still that. It's pretty hard, but once you chip it on the edge, it just like tile, it pops up pretty easy. But that's what they use to set tiles on, the Temets on. It's pretty standard, I've read. That's what they did. And then also, you know, we're going to pour that concrete like we did in the kitchen to dig it down. But I think I'm really going to, because we're not in a hurry to do this. We were kind of rushed because the stove was coming, et cetera, et cetera. But I think here we're going to put a heated floor. And this is going to, it won't be long before this is out of here. And then I'm going to keep that sink as long as possible. It's nice for rinsing paintbrushes out and stuff at this point right now because it doesn't go into our septic system. It just goes out into the ditch. So, perfect. This is a reason for this little video section, is they went in and scored it. They went in and scored it to give it a little tile look. Actually, why they made them smaller? And because the lines, as you can see, all they had to do was the lines. I guess they just didn't like it, and they just, well, just leave that one. Okay, I'm gonna borrow one of Barbie's gardening tools to come in. This is kind of funny. I found 3 of these nests underneath. You can see I got all the tiles popped up. Success. But I found 3 nests. One was in the back there, and then as I'm digging here, you see it really is. You see a soft spot, and you kind of push down into it, and you start to see all this broken up plastic, which is a definitely indicator. So, and I said earlier, it was kind of funny because, you know, I don't have much experience with rats. That's a good thing. But in this house, obviously rats are, or have been, an issue. You know, any farm, I guess, it's an issue. But yeah, I came to France to play with rat. You can see they know the value of insulation. So they've dragged plastic from all over the house. So yeah, this kind of nasty. I'm gonna stop playing with this rat debris and rat's nest debris. I'm gonna say this little hovel they lived in, and get back on the floor. Okay, for such a small piece of concrete, that was pretty tough stuff to break up. It was a little harder than I expected. But that's it. This will be the last, I guess, hard surface here in the back. This is not a high priority, the scullery at this point in time. I just wanted to get all the hard stuff up, and then I'm going to probably hand dig this over a period of time. I'll whittle away at the rest of this floor. I need to dig it out probably, I don't know, I'm going to probably go down about 10 to 12 inches. Like I said, this is going to be a heated floor. However, I think we're at a stopping point on this particular project, so I'm going to get back upstairs. I've got a ton of stuff up there, so check it out. Okay, we got another hole in the floor. So this is the back room. This is kind of like my workshop for a little while. And I was just going to just throw some plywood on the top of this. You know, it kind of looked relatively flat, but then I shot the laser on it. And if I put the, I think it's 12 or 15 millimeter, like basically ½ inch plywood over top of this, just to kind of firm it up. There's a lot of woodworm damage in all this, but it's still solid. If you look at it from underneath, it looks pretty good. But as I was pulling some of this up, you know, it literally just, yeah. Anyway, so Pandora's box, just go ahead and take it out. It's a super high spot on this beam. That was like way high. Like, believe it or not, that was 3 inches higher there. I'm just going to get rid of the high spot, and then everything else is around here is fairly good. You can, I mean, it's easy. It's high spot on the where a beam is, and then sagging, you know, to the next beam. Oh, this corner actually looks pretty good. There's another beam there. You can see under the tools a little high spot. So that's not enough to worry about. I think actually I take that back. I think this one, this is, I'm going to cut a small section out of here. So, and the thought is just cut it out as opposed to trying to shim it up. I'm not going to take the time. I've seen where people cut fairing strips. I don't want to do all that. So, and instead of running from, like they did, oak purlins, they were probably green when they put them in. So they've twisted and all that. They went from beam to beam. I can get the big ones that go the full length. So that'll help with some. Anyway, that's what we did today. Just a little demo work. And everything else is just going to fly. I think once I get ½ inch plywood over top, and then the finished floor, whatever that is, it may have some to it, but it's like, you know, it's an old house, dude. Deal with it. Okay, so here you're going to watch an old fat man put up some ceiling rails. This technology is new to me. I've never done anything like this before. I've talked about it a few times on some of my videos, but you can see the tongues that are screwed up in place. I do that with a laser. I set the depth with the laser, and then I'll come back and pop these. They literally just pop right into the tongues. So we got all new boards in the attic, all new plywood up top, OSB. You still see a glimpse of it there. All that's new. Those were all those rotten purlins. So now you've got attic storage space, and that goes all the way over above this whole room. And then of course the pull downstairs. We used the red plasterboard because when we did the stairs, that's all I had. So we just went with it. That's the fireproof stuff. Nobody doesn't know. So the layout, basically, as you come in, this bathroom will service both bedrooms. And this will be, it's not nearly finished. Some of the tile work's done. And then across from that, this space right here that's open will be a linen closet, a recessed linen closet. And you come down here, and this will be the door to the bedroom. Open that up. Bedroom, office, whatever. So yeah, all what, 300 mil insulation. Yeah, we got rails up, electric run. But this is cool. So in the US, they run the horizontal. So one at the top, one at the bottom. And here, they run them horizontal. And they just, I mean, you can get different sized boards. It's not just a 4x8 sheet. It's basically close to 4, not quite 4 feet. But they got them in, I don't know the centimeter, but it'd be equivalent to, I think we have the 8s and 12s. But they've got, I think they got 4 or 5 different sizes, lengths. So you can kind of get the one closest to your wall height. And so now you don't have butt joints on the walls. And something else that I found, we did, we staggered the butt joints properly on the ceilings, or the boards properly, but you still have the butt joints. And they actually have a plasterboard down here that has the bevel or the factory edge on the end. So then it's just for ceilings. That's a huge time saver. Well, not time saver, just labor saver. Very cool. All right, au revoir.